Okay, so I changed my mind. I was gonna do classic WoW, but you know what? I didn't want to. I was like, not that I don't want to get that paladin to 60, because I kind of do, but just kind of was in the mood to play the hunter. So here we are. We're gonna do the Burning Crusade, which I think will be fun. Oof, but we apparently have some issues with our inventory. Which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got... Let's do this. So, I have to talk about Pantheon again. So Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, like I said, I've got a love-hate relationship with it. I think there's things they're doing that are great. I think there's things they're doing that could be better. And I think, I'm a little bit worried about the progress of the game. But I was watching, there was a stream today. Pantheon Plus did a stream, and they have, I think it's Japu, the creative director. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Good to see you. And they have the creative director comes and to this stream that they have where they take kind of like questions from the community that Minus gathers, and then he does a stream, and Chris Joppa Perkins, goes through. Oh man, I got a ton of room in my bank. What the heck? Tangle system. And they go through the questions, and I can be pretty opinionated, and I think we all can be. There's some good stuff. They go over a lot of really good things. I gotta find a mailbox. I think there's one at the back of the bank here, and they go through a lot of cool stuff. But they were talking about the time that people in today's world have to play MMOs. How much time do people play? Do they play as much as they used to? And how can we make sure that the game that someone can log into an MMO and play a couple hours, enjoy it, or maybe there's the hardcore people who want to log in and play for 8, 10, 12 hours straight, and then there's the people that when an MMO come out, they want to rush all the way to the end. They want to get server first. They want to get server first on raids and all that stuff. And they kind of were talking about that to some degree. And Minus had made a comment that I wasn't real happy that I kind of disagree with. Um, and he had talked about, let's see, just trying to clear some of this inventory out. A lot of this stuff I'll have to deal with later, but let's just get rid of it. And we've got that, which is fine. Some scrolls here. That's a quest item, and what else do we have? Anything else we can get rid of? We don't need this lower level mount, so let's get rid of that. And we don't need... what's this? 1500. Let's get rid of the higher level potions for now. And let's go ahead and mail some of these things off to this ore and stuff I'm not going to use. Right, like this dark iron ore and stuff like these things I don't need. So we're going to mail that to my banker. So the comment that was made that really kind of irritated me was Minus said that another user had mentioned that a lot of people are toxic towards what we in MMOs call the elites or the hardcore elites, or however you want to refer to the people that rush to end game, that are server first, that try to be the tops and the best at everything. We call them elites, and then why a lot of the elite players in MMOs get a lot of flack, or there's a lot of toxicity towards them, or people making fun of them, calling them, what did he call it, like sweaters or something, which I personally haven't heard that term before. Um, and that this particular person that Minus was talking about had said that it just all stems from jealousy, and that he agreed with that. And he said that a lot of the problems in MMOs stem around jealousy from other players. And first off, I have to completely disagree with that. Not completely disagree. There's certainly players that get jealous because another player has, better gear. But to me, if you're jealous of that, then that just is a weakness on your part. You should know how much time you have to put into an MMO, and you should set yourself. And I think that one of the best ways to enjoy an MMO is that set you have to set goals for your character. You have to set goals for what you're trying to accomplish, and focus on those. Don't focus on what other players are doing. So, you say, well, I want to get to, my first goal is I want to get to level 70. So just focus on that and don't really worry what other people are doing. And then, after you get to level 70, then focus, what's your next goal? I want to get a certain type of maybe weapon from a certain instance, or maybe I want to work on a certain faction. Maybe I want to level my professions. There's lots of different things you can do, and that's kind of the beauty of the MMO, hopefully, is that you have a lot of options to do different things. But you certainly shouldn't ever look at other players and use that as any kind of a barometer for yourself, and say like, well, this guy is level 70, and he's doing all these dungeons. Hi, babe. What's up?
I'm gonna go to Haslam's.
Okay. Okay. What?
Anything you want?
From Haslam's?
Or starting first?
You're going to Ekeko?
They're not open
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. Unless you see any cool citrines, smoky
today.
citrines.
You have to know.
No, I'm already too busy. Have fun.
I won't be there.
Okay.
I'm only gonna invite.
Okay. Love you. My wife's just telling me what she's heading out. Um. So you don't you can't judge your progress in an MMO based on others, and you can't look at others and be like, I wish I had his gear, or I wish that I was as good as it. Because let's face it, I mean, I'm sorry, but I came from playing FPS games, hardcore FPS players. There's a lot more talent and skill involved than there is. I'm sorry, and there's no talent in an MMO. I'm sorry, you can have some skill, but really the skill in an MMO is derived from repetition. The skill in an MMO is derived from knowing. It's from knowledge. It's from learning. It's from reading up on classes. It's from understanding the mechanics. It's from understanding what works in each situation. It's all basically what you've put the time in to learn. It's not, it's not like you have to have super fast twitch reflexes in an MMO, because you really don't. There might be certain scenarios where it's helpful, but it's not in any way as difficult to say playing like Quake or Unreal Tournament, or even like, Counter-Strike, high-level Counter-Strike or something like that, where you have to have amazing reflexes and stuff like that. So, to sit there and say that the people that rush to end game are some sort of godly players, or that they have some sort of amazing skill that you could never have, to derive that jealousy, or to do what Minus said, which was that people have all this hatred towards these high-level players because they're jealous. I really don't buy that. I mean, I do believe that some people get jealous, but I don't think that's a valid reason to sit there and say that all players do that, that all players are jealous. What are these purple ones here? Just the plants of Zangarmarsh. The blue ones are Diaphanous Wings, so we should do the Diaphanous Wings. And let's just do tracked quests. And there's a lot of quests in some of these places that it looks like I haven't picked up. And then we need the Diaphanous Wings, and of course the identified plant parts. Let's go to my quest log, if I can find it. And we're just going to track some of these. Okay. And then we're just going to go to tracked quests. Now we're in business. So I really disagree with, and I find that a very arrogant attitude to sit there and say that people are jealous of you because you are doing something that you perceive they cannot do. I find that a very immature and jealous, and not jealous, but pig-headed type of attitude. Because I'm telling you right now, there's nothing that these players that are rushing to max level or these server firsts. I mean, if you truly put your mind to it, you could do it too if you wanted to. And a lot of it does come down to just how much time you want to put into the game. I mean, a lot of these players are putting in significant time into the game, to understand, the mechanics and everything that goes into their character, their class, and what they're trying to accomplish. But again, it really comes down to, setting your goals. Just set your goals, focus on what you need to do as a player, and what you're trying to get out of the game. Like, what are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to holy shit, a lot of, what am I? I'm okay, I'm a horde. Wow, I'm a horde, I forgot. It just depends on what you're trying to get out of the game. Like for me, my main thing for playing MMO is to have fun, but my goals, usually, I do have goals. I want to get 70, I want to get as much, I want to set my survival build such that I can go into battlegrounds and arenas and take out people like hunters and warriors, and rogues, not hunters, sorry, I meant rogues and warriors, and just kind of be like, ha ha ha, you thought you could kill me because I'm a hunter. Basically, I want to show people that the hunter is a lot better than you think it is in Burning Crusade, because I think a lot of people don't understand how good the hunter can be in PvP situations in Burning Crusade. And so that's one of my goals, is to really show people that they are good, and also just to remember how I played the class, because I actually played it at a high level PvP-wise, but it's been so long I kind of forgot how I did it. So one of my goals is just to relearn the class and to enjoy the class, But to sit there and say that people are just being toxic towards you because it's out of pure jealousy, I don't think that's a very good thing to say. I think that's a short-sighted answer. So there's a lot more that goes into it than just that, And it was a great stream. I got to tell you guys, if you want to watch a really good stream on kind of the ideas around Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, just the ideas around trying to develop a community-based MMORPG, I would go to the Pantheon Plus YouTube channel, and I would go ahead and watch that stream. And here I'll show you this. What I'm talking about here really quick. If you go into Pantheon Plus, right here, and go to videos. And the one they just finished was this Rise of the Fallen Rewind. So when they do these rewinds, they talk with Joppa, and he's like I think he's the Christopher Perkins. I think he's the creative director of the studios over there that's creating Pantheon. But definitely watch this. I don't think it's that long. Well, it's an hour and 24 minutes. But I would definitely go through and there's some really interesting stuff. If you're interested in kind of MMO development and trying to create a community-based MMO, I think it's really some good stuff. Minus does some great stuff over there at Pantheon Plus. He really does, but I don't always agree with him on a lot of stuff. A lot of things he says, I don't always see eye to eye. But I don't agree with a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with me. So that's pretty normal. I don't think I can skin these again. I know. What do we have? We do have track hidden. We're going to turn on track hidden. We're also going to throw down a frost trap, just on the off chance that that rogue might try to gank me here. We're also going to put my pet on aggressive. But looks like the rogue took off, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm gonna put on rapid fire because I got multiple mobs here. But it was interesting. The stream was interesting, talking about Pantheon, talking about things that people want. You know, it was a pretty interesting stream. I'm out of mana. And a lot of what people that are really interested in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, what those people are really looking for is pretty similar to a lot of the things I'm looking for. And what they're looking for is they're looking for a community. They're looking for a challenge. You know, a lot of the comments you're going to get from the community on Pantheon are, we want the game to be challenging. We're sick of these MMOs that have no challenge, that have no leveling challenge, no challenge at all. And they're also talking about, you know, like I said, they want a community. They want things to be group oriented. It's a lot of group based, you know, content, so you can't just solo through the game. And a lot of them aren't interested in rushing to max level. A lot of people are like, I don't care about zerging to max level. I mean, to me, the fun of playing the MMO is really the experience of just playing the game. So all those things are sentiments that I totally agree with 100%. So I think the major portion of the people that are looking forward to Pantheon are kind of wanting the same things I want. But it's going to be really interesting if the game ever comes out, and I think it will. I hope it will. It's going to be interesting to see, because there's a lot of people out there in the genre in the MMO genre that talk bad about Pantheon, and I'm one of them. Sometimes I get frustrated with them, but that basically say, oh, it doesn't look that good. It's not going to be that good. The graphics aren't that great. The combat looks not that great. They're taking too long. But you know how it is. I mean, if you guys know how it is in the MMO genre, people are always so hungry for the next MMO that even when they're sitting there and they're bad-mouthing the heck out of an MMO, as soon as that MMO launches, those are the same people that are going to go jump in there and buy it and play it. They will. And it's so funny, like when people were talking about wanting classic WoW, and all the regular retail WoW players are like, they're never going to do that. Who the hell wants to play classic WoW? You guys are rose-tinted glasses. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. And of course, they were 100% wrong. Not only were they wrong, but a lot of those people that were retail players that were saying how bad Classic was are the exact same people that jumped over to play Classic WoW. The stats show that like about 50 to 60% of the retail WoW player base went and played Classic. And they may not have stayed there, but they at least tried it. They at least went over there and tried it. So I guarantee you a lot of those players were retail players that said Blizzard not only would never do it, but if they did, they sure as hell wouldn't play it. So, you know, freaking I laugh at that kind of stuff because, you know, I know these people, these MMO players they're ridiculous. They really are. Do I have any buff food? I do. But it's not on my bar anywhere. Let's rectify that. So, you know, yeah, they can sit there and say, oh, Pantheon looks stupid, don't care about it. But as soon as it comes out, I guarantee you they'll play it. Now, I was talking about Bless Unleashed, too, the other day. And, you know, Bless Online was pretty much, we all knew it was going to be terrible, pretty much. And it was. But it had some good aspects to it. The biggest problems really was the optimization of the game. And the lack of kind of engaging PvE content, you know. Do I need... No, I don't need this yet. But yeah, I think when Pantheon releases, which, man, I'm thinking it's still a couple years away. But, you know, I think one of the reasons I have a love-hate relationship with Pantheon is because I get mad that they don't seem to be making as much progress as I would like. But then on the flip side, I'm almost glad that I am glad that they're taking their time because I want them to make a good game. I don't want them to rush it. So that's why I have this love-hate relationship. I'm like, God, come on, can you guys hurry up? And then two, I was like, well, you know, I know they're trying to make it right, and they're really working with the community and getting feedback. And, you know, I love Chris Choppa Perkins. That guy, the creative director of Pantheon, he does a great job. He's got a great attitude. He's a gamer. You can tell he loves to play MMOs, and he's just a really good person. And I think that, and some people might not like what I'm about to say, but I think that Brad McQuaid passing away could actually be a very, I know this is going to sound bad, but I think him passing away could actually be have a positive effect on the game, in that it's kind of giving them a kick in the ass to, hey, this is Brad's vision. We need to get it right, and we need to get it done. But not only that, but I've always felt that Brad McQuaid was very particular, just like me. He's kind of a lot like me. I mean, he wanted things his way and wasn't always willing to maybe, break from his kind of what he wanted to do. I mean, he was flexible, but he definitely had certain ideas. And I think without Brad being there, that they're going to have a little bit more freedom than they probably would have had, which can sometimes be a good thing. So, of course, I didn't want Brad McQuaid to die. We still don't know how he died, which I think is really odd. I mean, obviously, it couldn't have been a natural death if they won't even release it. He either killed himself or he overdosed on drugs. One of the two. It had to be one of those two things, but I don't know. I don't think he killed himself, so I think he OD'd. I know he struggled with drug problems in the past, so I think he probably just OD'd. Drugs can be a bitch. I'm trying to think. Nah, that's fine. I'm just trying to remember. I haven't played this. I haven't played the Burning Crusade in a while, so I'm trying to remember all my keybinds and skills and everything. So don't have enough mana to do counterattack. Objective complete. Yeah, but Shadowlands is supposed to come out September something, like, I think that's what they were saying, like the end of September. Just to verify that real quick, and which is not that, yeah, it's pretty soon. Where's the date? So it says here that it'll be out October 27th. So that's still a little bit away, ways away. Well, we're in August. What is this? August 30th. So a couple months, and it'll be out. Thick Hydra scale. Okay. We need to kill the damn Hydra still. Man, look at the range of my arrows. It's far. I can fire from like a football field away. But I think, the more I look at Pantheon, and like I said, the more I think about it, I mean, it really is our best hope, at least my best hope for an MMO that's going to have a lot of the systems and stuff that I want. And I know people, a lot of the stuff that was in the stream today, that's why you guys really should go check it out. A lot of the questions and the thoughts of people are really good ones. I mean, really people that want an open world that has a lot of exploration, that you feel like you can just, you know, you feel like you can just kind of run around and you don't have to be forced to go through like a linear progression. That's what a lot of people are, saying they want. And Pantheon's trying really hard, to really listen to the community. They really are, so they've shown consistently that they're listening to what people are saying and trying to implement things in a way that's going to make the majority of the people happy. You can't make everybody happy, of course, and you don't want to change your game too much. I think one of the things that's difficult for an MMO when you're developing one is you have to kind of come up front. What are we doing? What kind of game do we make? What kind of MMO? What kind of other core systems? What about this game is different than other MMOs? And what are the core tenets for us and that we have to adhere to? Because you can't let the community push you away from what was your original design. I mean, of course, that can happen if your original design was a bad one and no one was going to play it. In that case, it's okay. But if you're saying I don't ever want to have really hardcore PvP in my game, you should try to stick to that. And you look at something like Amazon, like New World, and what they did, which I think the way they went, I'm not going to say it was wrong, but I think there's a pretty good chance that maybe by them going away from PvP and pushing more towards PvE, might not have been a good idea, because there were a lot of people that really enjoyed the PvP in New World, and now it's, to me, New World got turned into a Care Bear game. It's just been nerfed, in my opinion, in a lot of ways to just be kind of ridiculous. It's kind of like a mobile game. Whenever I say mobile game, I mean something that's just super user friendly and very non-difficult. That when I say that, that's what I mean. They've catered to the user, and they're making things too easy. They're giving people loot too easily. They're giving you items too easily. There's not a lot of challenge. It's just meant for people that can log in and get that instant gratification. Like put in quotes, millennials. They can go in and get their stupid instant gratification and get out. Play the game for 20 minutes, get shit tons of gear, and be like, oh, woo, look at me, I'm kicking ass, and then leave and go do something else. So when I say mobile game, that's typically what I'm talking about. So I think New World really got nerfed in a lot of ways, and I think that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's not difficult. There are definitely a lot of counters that you go up against mobs that are a lot higher level than you, and you will get your ass handed to you. I'm not really talking about nerfing as far as the combat. I'm talking about how easy it is to get reagents and materials, and how easy it is to craft. It's a lot easier now than it used to be to do, to progress through the crafting. And the fact that the PvP is not there, like in the original version that I played. If you're just running out in the world, anybody could just come up to you and kill you. Anybody could just, hey, what's up, kill you. And that really is not happening anymore, so that just ganking isn't as prevalent as it used to be. This is not buff food. This is not my office. Yes, here we are in the Burning Crusade. I wouldn't mind trying to get into some instances here. We'll see if we can get into like I think they're called what slave pens and what is it, the Underbog? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what they were called in the Burning Crusade because it's been so long. Mm. I'm using a new mouse today. I was using a SteelSeries Rival 3, which is a medium-sized mouse that weighs about 80. I believe it's 80 grams. This is a Razer Viper Mini, which is a smaller mouse, which weighs incredibly light, 60 grams. And I actually like it. It's much easier to turn the mouse. It's so light. It's very easy to whip around and change aim really quickly. It's a little bit not as wide on the back end of the mouse as I would like. So I wouldn't. My quest. I've always been struggling trying to find the perfect mouse for me. It's been an ongoing struggle. But this one's pretty good. I really like the texture of the mouse. It has a rough texture, so gripping it is really easy. Um, and I like how lightweight it is, but the back end is not wide enough, so it feels a little slippery. Like it's not doesn't fit the back palm section of my hand tightly enough. I don't think, you know. But it's a very good mouse. It was rated top 3. It was rated third out of 25 by the Rocket. What's his name? The YouTube channel I found that this guy does a really good job of reviewing mice. Rocket Jump Ninja or something like that. This is his channel name. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe trying. Well, I was thinking about going with trying out the Logitech I think it's G102 or 203, which are pretty much the same mouse, based on the Logitech Wireless G Pro, which is used by Shroud. It's a really, really good mouse. That one's too expensive though. That one's like 128 bucks. But with the wireless or the wired Logitech G203 is basically pretty much the same mouse. The sensor's not the Hero sensor, but it's really, really good. But that mouse is actually it's pretty heavy. It's also a small mouse, but it's a little bit heavier, so the weight's not going to be as good as this mouse here. But maybe we'll wait a couple weeks before I buy that one. I have 3 mice right next to me right now. 2 are plugged in, 1 isn't. I'm always swapping out different mice, trying to find the perfect one. I'll get there eventually. Once I find I found the perfect headset, so you guys have probably heard me struggle. And I found it by accident, but the Razer Kraken Chroma 7.1 version 1 is my all-time favorite headset. They don't make it anymore. The one I have in my head right now is one I bought off of eBay 2 weeks ago. Paid $80 for it. And it was almost mint, and it is in like perfect condition. It's fantastic. I love it. Even the microphone that kind of extends out of the headset, you can slide it out and slide it back in. It's a very firm microphone, so you can just bend it and it stays in the position you bent it to. I love it, and it's got a mute button right on the mic. Its microphone sounds great. Headsets sound great. It's lightweight. It's just the perfect headset. And I had just bought one by chance and didn't realize it was so good. And after it had died, I just started buying other Razer headsets, and the mics on them just they couldn't even come close to the mic on this one. So I was like, man. And of course, I got a Yeti microphone, but it's just sitting on one of my shelves. One of these days, maybe I'll set the Yeti microphone up. And of course, that's a really good, microphone. The Yeti Blue. Well, we still need, 2 more thick hydras, so we're getting there. So I think when you're playing the Burning Crusade, it's a pretty slow leveling experience. Like when you play classic WoW, like leveling 1 to 40 is pretty fast, and then it starts to slow down. But the Burning Crusade is slow right off the bat. Like leveling like 60 to 61. I would say leveling 60 to 61 is not that bad because there's a lot of quests in Hellfire. But I came out into Hellfire at 58, and so leveling 58 to 61 was pretty quick because the experience needed to go from 58 to 59, 59 to 60 is nowhere near the experience that's needed from 60 to 61. But by the time you get to 63, 64, whatever, it starts to really be a ton of experience. Hold on 1 second. By the time you get to like those higher levels, it's so much use that you're basically just grinding quests. It's the only way, you can get around it. All right, so we still need a couple of these hydras. And I still need to go back and do my first day because I'm still stuck at like a low level. Well, this sucks. I don't know where this elemental came from. I didn't see him. It's good to see that there's still seems to be a very high population of players. I haven't checked the website, but I'll check it here in a minute, and we'll just test out. We'll take a look and see how many people are online right now. All right, let's do that. And wow, it's not bad. 5,302 players are currently online. Pretty good amount of people. I would like to have seen it higher because, well, this is kind of a bit later in the day, but I still wish it would be a little bit higher than that because this is kind of the peak time on a weekend. So I'm imagining that this server during the slow times is probably down around 1,500 to 2,000 people, but still, that's a pretty good population. It's not dead by any means. By far the best Burning Crusader I've played on, private one, and I've only played on about 2 or 3 others besides this one. I think 2 actually, but this one's way better than those. It runs smoother, and I haven't seen any bugs with it at all. So pretty impressive. Let's just head back this way. Just head back the way we were. It'll be easier. Yeah, I was gonna do Classic WoW, but once I got into Classic WoW, it was like my inventory was a disaster. It was like I had like no room in my inventory to like even like loot anything. And I was like, shit, it'll take me like, it'll literally take me like half an hour just to like try to manage my inventory. And my other account that I had created, that had a lot of my bankers on it, I had deactivated that account because I wasn't playing Classic that much, and so that was the account that had all my backspace room. So it was like, oh crap, and I didn't want to have to pay money to reactivate it. I was like, I don't want to pay money to reactivate it. I was like, let's just play Burning Crusade. And I actually like playing the Hunter because I just haven't played it as much, and I certainly haven't played Burning Crusade as much either. So there were a lot of benefits to to just jumping in and playing the Burning Crusade. I didn't have those kind of inventory issues, um, and I really do want to see what it's like at level 70 as far as doing some PvP. But Shadowlands is only 2 months away, so and I do plan on putting in significant time into Shadowlands. And the reason I say that is because they've made a lot of changes. They've done the stat squish. They've done a lot of really positive things. So we're gonna see, and I'm sure I won't be happy with the game in general just because it's retail WoW. So I mean, they would have to really change a lot of things to make me like retail like a lot. But I'm certainly gonna play it a lot because even retail WoW in the state it's in right now is still a very fun game. I mean, there's still a lot of things to like about it. Um, and there just isn't really an alternative. There really aren't any other things to do, other games to play. You know, it says there's quests here, but I just don't see it. Shit, good. There's a lot of alliance here. I mean, a lot. So I mean, like I played New World, and New World was just a big disappointment. Although I wasn't surprised. I was surprised at how much they nerfed the game, as far as like I was talking about earlier, the crafting and the mobs in the world, and how they catered to the player to the degree of it being just kind of silly. I was a little disappointed in the combat system. There's some stuff about the combat system I didn't like, and I was disappointed in that I didn't see more people really building structures, building like forts and stuff. Which when I played it before, that was something we did really quickly. We went in there and we're playing those. We're building and creating forts, and that was all part of the PvP stuff. Part of the PvP system that was very prevalent. I forgot they gave me buff food. Nice. It's kind of cool. Let's take a look at our quest log. All right. Wow. I'm a little. Hey, what's up, Saj? How you doing, man? To Swamp Rat Post. Okay, cool. On the Burning Crusade, I don't believe I have. I was thinking about doing it at some point. Well, are you thinking about making a low level character? It'll be weird because you're pretty much, you're faction locked here. So it would for me, it would have to be some sort of a horde druid, which I think the only druid you can have as a horde is, what is it like? I think you have to be what, a troll or a tauren. I might make a druid today, Saj. That'd be kind of fun. I mean, I love druids. Talk to me. PvT server? What do you mean? PVT. I'm not sure what you're asking me there. Let's log out. Oh, private. Yeah, this is a private server. You're not familiar with the Atlantiss server, Saj? This is Atlantiss. Yeah, this is the Atlantiss server, Atlantiss.org. Yeah, you just download the. Yeah, I mean you download the client. I think they fixed the download. And then make sure you use 7-zip to extract it. Don't use WinRAR or any of these other. I would use 7-zip. People have experienced some issues extracting it with WinRAR, I think. And then yeah, download it. You can set it up. It's pretty easy. But yeah, I was thinking about making a druid here. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't bother, Saj. I mean, I'm only going to be playing here on and off until Shadowlands comes out. Once Shadowlands comes out, Saj, I'll be playing Shadowlands like a lot. I'm pretty much just going to be playing that. You're going to play Druid with me in what, Shadowlands? I don't know what I'm playing in Shadowlands. I don't know. Like Shadowlands, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do in Shadowlands. Like, am I going to pick up one of my characters? My only character I have at 120, I think, is my paladin. What am I supposed to do here? Spore Wing. I guess there's a bigger named mob here that I need to kill. This one. That's your only alliance? I'll definitely be playing Alliance on the server Skywall, probably, because that's where most of my main characters are, is Skywall. Yeah, I'll be playing on Skywall, and yeah, I don't know. I may jump on. I mean, I may stream here just for maybe another 30 minutes to an hour, and then I may jump into retail. And I was having fun doing the PvP on the warrior. I like doing PvP, and like in retail, my favorite thing in retail is PvP. Because I don't really find the PvE that good. I mean, not that it's not good. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe I don't know if I'm bored of it or what. I just think that the PvE's too. It's not challenging. Like the leveling part of PvE and retail WoW is very. It just needs an overhaul, in my opinion. But the PvP is pretty fun. I'm hoping that with the stat squish, that with the stat squish things will get that the PvP will balance a little bit better. Because the problem with retail WoW PvP wise is there's just too much health. And the healing is too strong. So it's the PvE is not my cup of tea as it sits in retail right now. But the PvP, there's too much. The thing that I've always had a big contention with is that they've given too many classes the abilities to heal, and there's too much healing, and the healing's too strong. Healing should be a lot weaker. I don't know about you guys, but if I take a sword and stick it in your stomach, I mean, it's kind of like a mortal wound. So to me, like anything that would heal you and keep you alive should be pretty strong, powerful magic, which means it's going to use a lot of mana. So I have a lot of issues with too much healing in MMOs, you know. Hey, Wayne, how you doing, man? But I really have a problem with that, and I think, you know, in Burning Crusade, you'll see that like level 70 when you do arena and stuff, the healing is not super strong. You know, well, you just don't have a big mana pool, so you know the matches don't last really long because people run out of mana, which to me makes sense, you know, and you can heal them and keep them up for a little bit, and then you run out of mana, and then you know someone dies and it's over, you know. So there's just too many healers in the game. You know, warriors are healing themselves, rogues are healing themselves. I think Hunter is one of the only classes I know that doesn't heal themselves. And who knows, maybe in retail now they heal themselves too. I have no idea. I haven't played retail enough really recently, but it's just kind of we got to the point of being just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, think about when arena world championships at BlizzCon has to count on dampening. I mean, all the matches go into dampening, right? No one gets a kill. I mean, it does happen, but it's very rare that a kill occurs before the match is long enough to where the dampening starts coming in and nerfing the amount of healing that healing is doing. And to me, that's a stupid mechanic. It's like, why are we... If people aren't getting kills before we have to start actually, you know, severely weaken the effect of healing, then healing is too strong. Then healing's straight up too strong, you know? And I don't understand why Blizzard can't figure that out. I mean, can't you figure this shit out? I mean, seriously, it's not rocket science. They need to put a nerf on healing. Hey, what's up, Krant? How you doing, man? So that's something that I've always been kind of an issue for me, and something that I've never been real happy with. You know, with Blizzard, but you know, they always do shit that I don't like. What level are these guys? Level 62. Yeah, dampening is just, in my opinion, is really kind of a dumb mechanic, you know. And it's raining here. It is so dark outside my window right now. I mean, like, seriously. It's totally pouring rain. It's been raining all day today. It rained this morning, rained yesterday. It must be the... Is it the hurricane? Is it swinging back this way? I don't know. I gotta check the weather. I'm in Florida, so something's causing all this rain. No, not really, Saj. Like on the Druid, like there certainly is a lot of good stuff out there for Druids, for macro type stuff. I always try to keep my macros fairly, you know, basic. I try not to get too crazy with macros. I don't want the macros to take away from the fact that I'm in control of my character. So I want to make sure that I'm controlling everything that's going on, and I don't want to depend on macros in certain situations, but of course I really like using macros if it makes the job easier. But let's see if I can take a look. Hold on a second. That one must have just respawned. Yeah, I mean, I do mostly manually, but there's definitely, like, the really, really good PvP druids have a lot of macros that they use, but I think they're probably a little bit more PvP based. I have a lot of hunter macros. I don't have a lot of druid macros. Here's the macros I had on one of my druids. Let's see what these are. So bark grass, bear form. These are just basic swapping form. The good thing about these is they will shift. They won't let, no matter what you're in, they'll shift into that form. Let's see, cleanse. These are bad for cleanse. Target focus, cyclone, hibernate. Yeah, so this one here, ravage or mangle, just based on whatever's available. Yeah, so I didn't, tiger. That's just like my, oh shit, cast bark skins for all instincts might have suck. Yeah, I don't have any really good druid macros for current. This one was pretty good for just basic hunter pet macros. I'll have to look up the druid ones. Like when if I level 1 in Shadowlands, I'll definitely have to look, do some research and pull out just the ones that I like, that I might need, To 120. If I do, if I did Saj, it would probably be a warrior. That's why I was leveling a warrior in Battle BFA, just to get used to the warrior again. So if I do level a character from 1 to 120 or whatever the new level is in Shadowlands, it would probably be a warrior. Oh, you mean like you mean like right now in Battle for Azeroth? Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it. I mean, I've got a warrior right now. I'm already leveling. You know what I mean? I think he's like 50 something or 60, and I'm leveling him mostly just doing battlegrounds. Or yeah, just doing PvP mostly. Do a few dungeons here and there, but mostly PvP. Yeah. Yeah, you were healing me in those battlegrounds. I remember, Saj, that's right. Because you run your Paladin, right? Paladin Gordy. Yeah, you have to forgive my memory's terrible. I'm old, what can I say? Excuse me. Are we the same age? Yeah, I'm 50. My memories is just not as good as it used to be. It runs in my family, though. Everyone in my family, when we get older, struggle with our memory, But my mom's 84 and she's doing real good, so hopefully I'll live to be, I'm 50 and I keep hoping I'll live to be about 104. So I'm hoping I'm only about halfway through my life. I hope it. I don't know, man. I've abused my body too much, so I don't think I'll make it that far. I wish, you know. Yeah, we're not the same age. You thought I was 34? Dude, I'm 50. I mean, I sound like it, but I've been around. I've been on this planet for 50. Can you believe it? I've been on this planet for 50 years. And I've been playing games for most of them. I started playing video games when I started playing Dungeons and Dragons when I was in 8th grade. So that would have been, let's see, in 8th grade, I was what, like 14 or let's say 13. So in 1983 is when I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm trying to think, what was my first real video game that I played a lot? I started playing Karate on the Apple IIe. Would have been 86. Mech Warrior 1 would have been 89 probably. Maybe 90. Steam Vaults. How many do I need? Let's see. I only need one more though. Let's head back out and see if we can get the rest for this quest. We need the. Well, we still need a lot of lurkers. I I just had chicken Alfredo that my wife made. It was really good. Quite a few ore nodes that I walked right by apparently. Put into my tracking on. Is it not? What's going on here? Oh no, it's working. I'm wasting mana is what's going on. Hey, what's up, Cuervo? How you doing, man? I'm just playing a little Burning Crusade. Probably play some retail WoW a little bit later, do some PvP. Just chilling until Shadowlands, really. Just chilling, killing and chilling. I was trying to. You know, it's funny. Cargos comes to my stream and says hi to me, and he's real nice to me. He's chill, you know, cool dude. And I swear, every time I go to his stream, which isn't that often, but when I do and say stuff, I don't think he ever sees it. Or if he does, he just ignores it. But I'm like, dude, Cargos. Yeah, I was trying to give some pointers. I don't think he was listening. I don't know if he just doesn't see what I say, or maybe I don't know. But it's funny. Am I done with this quest? No, I still need lurkers. 7. There's a lot of ore in this cave. Yeah, he's like, I don't know. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he does. You know, I can't. You know, if I get like even 20 people in my chat, which I've had up to around 25 at the most, I think. If I have like 25 Corvo in my chat and they all start talking, it's tough. I mean, it's really tough just to keep up with 25 people. I can only imagine how difficult it would be to have like, you know, like what he has. Usually he's got what, like 400 or some shit. You know. Am I out of mana? Why are you not firing? Why are you not firing your arrows? Said not enough mana. Wow, it was that low mana. Yeah. But yeah, if you get like I've had like 25 people and you know, I'd have like, even if you have like 4 or 5 people talking to you at once, it gets tough. It gets challenging, you know. Like right now, I've got like 3 people in chat. I think in Shadowlands I'll probably get some people because I plan on, you know, my problem is I always have a hard time because I've played WoW for so long. It's hard for me to play it consistently, and people probably get sick, get fed up with me because I'll play like a character to level 50 and quit and go do something else, and you know, I don't finish things out a lot, and I think that probably pisses people off, and I apologize for that, but it's just I've played WoW for so long I get bored, you know. I'll play a character up to 50 and I'm like, bored. You know, I just get tired. If it was like me playing WoW back in 2004 through 2010, that wouldn't happen because I wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be so, you know, old hat to me. It wouldn't be me just repeating the same shit I've done, you know, 10,000 times, you know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's the other thing too is I probably have ADD, you know. I definitely can get distracted really easily. And so trying to play a game while talking to a lot of people is actually kind of hard for me. You know, I don't do that very well. Um, yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world for me, so. What's this? He goes equals equals. I'll say okay, plus plus. Yeah, well, no, that's happened to me. You know, Zolson comes into my chats, and I've had him many times be like, read chat, you're missing out," or somebody asked you a question, or you know, and I'm like, yeah, sorry. Yeah. I certainly try to read the chat, but you know, sometimes you get really busy, and it's not always easy. Anyways, I'm done with this quest. I'm just trying to get my way out of the cave here. I don't think I have the boss quest. Pretty sure I don't. If I do, oh well. Too lazy to look. Too lazy to look. Too bored to bother. Oh, I did need it. Ah, look, I did need it. He did it for me. Shit. Yeah, I guess I did need the boss. But hey, he did it for me. Thank you, sir. I guess it was called, what, Saving the Sporlocks, maybe? Alright, we're out of there. We need Black Sting. But I think maybe we should just head back. We're pretty... Yeah, let's just head back to the village. I am level 62. I'm kind of getting towards like halfway point of level 62. And this mage is like level 67. Not sure. I guess he must have skipped these quests or something. I don't know. You are now friendly. Ooh. Oh. Of course, they're going to give me that. Ooh, wait a minute here. Wait, ooh, look at all those sockets, though. Proves hit rating, increases attack powers. Wow. I think we can go with that because my leggings are actually better. So, yeah, we're going to go with the Scout's Hood. It's nice that they give us this buff food here, which is nice. And then we get these green ones that we can just vendor. But yeah. Scout's Hood, nice. Wonder what that looks like. Totally a rogue hood, you know what I mean? I definitely need to get some more arrows. So let's grab some good arrows. Yeah. Oh, this guy sells the scout arrows. 26 damage. I just wasted. Yeah, and they're better than mine. 19 silver. Maybe we'll upgrade to those later. Oh. You says a distress flare into the sky calling for standard unit to come to your aid. That's kind of cool. Kind of running out of places. My bars are pretty full, guys. Look at this. Wow. I don't even have a slot on any of my action bars. Holy moly. Apparently I'm not using disengage or immolation trap too much because they're all the way over here. I guess we'll put it here. I'm gonna have to couple some of these things together to free up some inventory slots. Wow, I can't believe how full my bars are. It's crazy. That is crazy. What's wrong at the Cenarian thicket? I don't know. What is wrong? Let's take a look. Blessing of the Ancients. Blessing. Yeah, how many ancients are there? Apparently multiple ancients. Blessing the ancients. No, I was Classic WoW. I'll tell you what, Ken. I logged into Classic. I looked at my inventory, which was a nightmare. Like, I didn't have a single inventory slot on my Paladin. My other account that I was using for my bankers was expired. And I didn't really have that much room on my other characters to free up my inventory. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to play Burning Crusade. So I jumped onto Burning Crusade and was just leveling here a little bit. So you didn't miss anything. I mean, if you go into, if you go to Classic, wow. It was terrible, dude. It was a nightmare. Actually, that's the wrong account. That is the wrong account. Hold on a second. It was a nightmare, dude. That's another thing about MMOs that I play, Ken, is like, if I step away from them for any length of time when I come back, it always feels like, oh my god, now I've got to clean all this up and do all this. And I actually created this character today, Rising Dawn, just as another banker, right? And I bought another bag slot in the bank too. And, you know, okay, so look at my inventory. It's pretty much a mess, right? And it was worse, but I mailed some stuff. Now look at my bank inventory. And I only have one more bag slot I can buy, which is 100 gold, which I don't have 100 gold, right? Look at this inventory. It's a disaster. And like a lot of this stuff is like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Like I can try selling some of it, I guess. But a lot of these things are useful items. You know, this ore is pretty useful. But yeah, it's probably just gonna have to bite the bullet, just start selling a bunch of stuff. You know. But yeah, it was kind of a mess. But what I do want to do right now is I think I'm going to jump over and play a little PvP on my warrior. And it's tough, Ken. I have a hard time playing these. I have a hard time leveling nowadays because I know that I'm not going to be. You know, we are only 2 months away from Shadowlands. And once Shadowlands comes out, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to play that. You know, I played New World, and it's just, you know, there's too many problems with New World. It's been nerfed. The PvP is non-existent. It Doesn't feel like an MMO. I mean, people are pretty much just soloing everything. People aren't really grouping up a lot. There really isn't a lot of group content. There's not enough variety of things to do in the game. It's very bland. Just bland. Boring. Beautiful world, though. Man, that world is beautiful. And then, really there's nothing. Genshin Impact's coming out in about a month, but it has no PvE content hardly at all. It's like you run through the game, you collect certain, I don't know, you open up certain chests or you fight like world bosses, and that's about it. There's no, as far as I know, there's no real dungeons. There's not a lot of content to that game. And once you level up to max level, you're probably going to be sitting around twiddling your thumbs. So I don't plan on playing Genshin Impact. People are talking about Guild Wars 2 expansion, but that's not coming out for a while, and I really don't even have a desire to play that much. Guild Wars 2 is a great game, but again, I'm kind of bored of it. And there's too many things in the game that I don't like. I don't like that there's no real gear from PvP. And I don't like the combat system makes it difficult to see what's going on in PvP. There's just flashy shit all over the screen, and it's kind of hard. One of the best things about WoW being very simplistic with its spells and stuff, they're not like too much particles, is that it makes it easy to see what's going on and what people are casting, which makes PvP a lot easier and a lot more fun because you can counter a lot easier. You can say, oh, that mage is casting Frostbolt. It's really easy to see what people are doing, and that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing for PvP because it lends itself to strategy. Oh, he's casting Frostbolt. What am I going to do? How am I going to counter? Like, if you look at stuff, like if you look at a lot of the new games, they're way too flashy. Like, if you look at...
Hello, everyone.
And this game looks cool, and I'm sure I'll play it, but I'm not going to play it for any, like, hardcore or play it, like... I'll play it just for fun, just for something different, but it's not the game that I'd play for more than a month, probably, Okay, so here you see what I'm talking about, though, with, like... the flashy, this is more common in today's MMO. Like, look at all the flashy spells and very quick stuff. Like, if you're going to play PvP in a game like this, stuff's going pretty quick. I love the climbing mechanics, though. The climbing mechanics in here look really good. I haven't played it yet. It's very fast. You can see the combat's pretty fast-paced. A lot of particle effects, flashy stuff. I mean, good luck trying to counter any of that if you were actually doing it from a PvP point of view, because it happens too fast. I mean, you could, but then you look at, then you look at that as, let's see. Now you counter that with World of Warcraft, right? If this person will ever get off their ass. And you can see, you have this really identifiable spell animation. You've got a cast time, so it gives you as an enemy doing PvP a chance to see what's going on and how to counter it. So wow, it is very clear. It's very easy to see what's going on, and that's why Guild Wars 2 always bugged me, because the PvP was so so hard to see what was going on, Look at all the shit on the screen. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but if you can easily tell what the person's casting, and you can when you play the classes a lot, you will start to understand them, and you will start to have a better idea of what's going on. This is a really bad video. So here, when you have a lot of people, you just see flashes and things kind of going on. It's kind of... Now, he's watching because he's defeated. But when you're in these battles with a lot of people, it is very difficult to... It's almost like you don't really know by what they're casting visually what they're going to do, but you know because you've played that class and you know tactically in that situation what they do. Oh, well, here they're going to try to hit me if they... based on what weapon they have, because you have to play all the classes once again because you have to know what each weapon can do. You have to know what each skill each weapon can do. And then in each situation, you know, you're like, well, he's got the two-hand hammer. He's going to try to do the knockback ability, or he's going to try to jump forward and slam it on my head. You know what I mean? So you know what to look out for from that, but it's only because you've played the class. You know, in WoW, you wouldn't even have to play the class. You could see somebody casting a spell, and you're like, well, I don't know, he's casting a spell. Maybe I should try to interrupt him, you know? You know? So it's just a lot different. It's a lot different, so... I can't type. So Ken, are you gonna play Shadowlands? I don't think you ever told me, or if you did, you know me, I forgot. You know my memory. I better pop this other Mexican Coke. You may take a look at it. I mean, I have no idea what it's going to be like. I mean, they definitely have made some good moves with Shadowlands, but, you know, I don't really know. I got another new mouse, Ken. I'm rocking my Razer. I've got a Razer Viper Mini right now. It's really light, and it's a small mouse, smaller. I like it. I like it better than my Steel Series, but the Steel Series is good. You know, actually the Steel Series might be better. It's really good. It's good for FPS. It's so light. It's very easy to target more quickly with it because it is lighter. People may think that doesn't make a difference, but actually it kind of does. I mean, it does feel much quicker to move. It's got a very tacky surface, so it's got good grip. The buttons are pretty good. The scroll wheel's good. Everything's nice. It's really good. It was ranked number 3 on this one guy's list of best mice right now out of 25. It's a pretty good mouse. Let's see. If you go to this guy, Rocket Jump Ninja, and you go to about website. So here, this is the one I just bought, the Razer Viper Mini. And you can see I like that the buttons on the side are flat surfaced. They're big enough. The shape of the mouse is quite good. And the other mouse I have right now that I've been using is this one, which is the Steel Series. The Rival 3, which is this one. Now this one, what I don't like about this one is these buttons are too small. They're way too tiny. So it's very hard to feel that they're under your thumb. I don't like that. And the scroll wheel's not as good either. Scroll wheel, I like the flat scroll wheel. See how it's flat? I love that. The scroll wheel is actually really nice. And you can see it's got this kind of little bit of a textured surface. It actually gives you a little bit better grip too. But the back end of the mouse, it tapers in instead of tapering out. So if you look at the other mouse, which I'm thinking about buying, is this one. This one has a little bit more of a fat edge here, which fits kind of in the palm of your hand quite a bit better. So I'm thinking about maybe trying that. But the difference too that I'm not happy about is this Logitech weighs 85 grams. Now my Steel Series was 80, right? This one weighs 80 grams. The one I just bought, the Mini, is 60, Well, the 81, there's a big difference between 80 grams and 60 grams. When I pick up that SteelSeries mouse, I'm like, oh, this is, and I have it right now. It's in my hand right now, and I'm like, this moves around. It's a little different. It's a nice mouse, though. I'm not gonna lie. This SteelSeries is pretty good. But I really like the weight of this Mini. The 60 feels nice. It feels really easy to move around. So, one thing I found out is this guy talks about how to measure your hand and figure out what mouse is the right size for your hand. And based on his guide, I should really be using a small mouse because my hand is only about, I don't know, like 7 point something inches, from my wrist to the tip of my longest finger. My ring finger is only about 7.3 inches or something. And, he talks about kind of how to measure your hand to determine which mouse is probably best for you. And some pretty interesting stuff. A lot of these mice I've used. I've had the 403. Some of these are just newer versions of mice. Like, where is it? The Zowie. I've had the Zowie FK1. This is a different one. This is FK1B, but I've had the FK1, the previous one. Logitech G Pro. This is what Shroud uses. This one's almost identical to the Logitech. Oops, this guy sorted them. Hold on a second. This one, the G102 and the G203, they're pretty much the same mouse, but they are really similar to the Logitech G Pro Wireless. The only difference is they just have a different sensor. They don't have the Hero sensor. And this mouse is $128, so I'm sorry I'm not paying $128 for a mouse. So, but yeah, these I think the Razer Red Mini is a really good mouse for sure. I really like it, but it's not the perfect mouse for me. I'm still looking for that perfect mouse. Now this one's only $69, and this one's actually a candidate for, but oh no, I looked at this one already, but it's got this weird shape to it, which I'm not a fan of. And see here, you see that shape? Not really. I don't really know how I'd get along with that shape, but I like that it curves out a bit on the back end. That'll make it fit my hand really nice. And I do like that the buttons are sizable on the left. They're definitely. But the other thing is the Logitech G Pro. This one here is so sweet, dude. It's got software where you can basically keybind anything on that mouse, and it's got buttons on the left and right side. If you wanted to, you could keybind the buttons on the bottom left and the bottom right to different keybinds. Plus, you can set up macros. You can bind macros to the buttons. You can also, how some MMOs won't let you bind like scroll wheel up. Well, with this mouse, you can actually tell it that, like, let's say mouse button 5 is actually, you can tell the computer it's really scroll wheel up. You know what I mean? Or like, let's change that. You could tell it that scroll wheel up on your mouse is actually like F1 on your keyboard. So in the video game, you could say, oh, F1. I'm going to bind this ability to F1. But on your mouse, you're actually scroll wheeling up. So that's nice that it's got the software built in too. So the Logitech G Pro Wireless is actually really good, and it's a medium-sized mouse. But it's a good mouse, but it's a little bit, it's obviously too expensive though. $128 is kind of a ridiculous price for a mouse. But there's a lot of high technology in there. Good for like FPS gamers. Really good for FPS gamers. So. But you can get basically the cheaper version, which is the G102, G203. But it's, at least, notice how these are heavier. Or wait, are they? Let me see. Yeah, they're heavier, 85. I'd like to keep the mouse weight down around 70. So if you look at the weight, there's these. The Viper Ultimate. This one I might want to look at. I haven't looked at this one. Yeah, I might try out the Viper Ultimate. Does it have? Trying to get a view of the back of the mouse. But I think it's very similar to the Mini, though. Like the back end's not quite as wide as I would like it to be. But that's something I might try. But I'm still trying to figure out my perfect mouse. I figured out my perfect headset. We all know what my perfect headset is. The Razer Kraken Chroma 7.1 version 1 of the headset. The first version of that headset is my all-time favorite. And I'll never deviate from that headset until I finally hook up my Yeti Blue microphone. But for the mice though, I still haven't found my perfect mouse. I've used let's see, like the last, let's see, see. I've used in the old days. I was using the Logitech. What was that mouse? The MX501. I used the MX501 for a long time, and before that, I was using ball mice. I don't even remember what ball mice I used when I was playing Unreal Tournament. Let's see, 1999 ball mice. Yeah, I was probably using something. It wasn't like this one. It probably was Logitech. Back then, mice weren't like, they weren't like all these like super cool name brand mice. They didn't have like Viper and all this. They were just mice. It was just a basic mouse. So, but these are ball mice, and these all like this. Yeah, like, I mean, this would be like a mouse that I literally was playing like Unreal Tournament 1999 with. It would be a mouse literally like that. That's how simplistic we came, where we came from, right? And then I was using the Logitech MX501, which is actually a really well-known. The thing about the MX501 was it was super durable, right? It was like, oh, hey, babe, did you get a new one? Is that your new one? How did you? Oh, man. That's a nice one.
This is my new one.
It's got purple in it almost.
That's a smoky amethyst.
Did you get that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got this
You get that for me too?
one. No, this is my garden corner.
Oh, this is awesome. I like that it stands up. Amber got me a smoky amethyst quartz.
It does little baby. It does salty
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How much was that? How much? Woo! Anyway, so thank you, babe. So this is like the MX518, and of course the one I played was didn't have the, this was a later version. But this mouse I played for a long time, and it's super durable. I mean, I probably used this mouse for 5 years. They were so durable back then. And then, I don't even know, at that point it was just Logitech, man. I went to Logitech after Logitech mouse, and, I've used a lot of different mice, but we're kind of on a tangent here, guys. Hey, Ken, are you playing Classic today? You am? Alright, It's raid night? Alright. Alright, where is my... I'll try to get my character. I mean, I wanted to play I just was so put off by my inventory. It was such a disaster. Alright, I'm going to stop the stream and just start it back up for Classic. Okay, so I'm going to stop the stream, guys. I'm going to restart for Classic. So for Classic WoW. So I will be right back. You better have faith in me.